So Sister Gaitree is in a center called Koirati in Pamplemousse in Mauritius, which is Île de Maurice. As you know, a tiny little dot in the map, just off of South Africa, in the southern hemisphere, Île de Maurice, and Mauritius. And she has this rare combination of the strategic thinking of a business person and a good leader and the heart of a world mother. And I have seen firsthand, having been to Mauritius, I don't know, 2 times, 3 times, had the great fortune to be there. So I've seen firsthand. And although she looks like she's sitting in you know, a room, it is a complex, a massive complex of buildings and service. Anyways, it's an amazing place, and I have a lot of love and regard for her. So thank you for being with us again.
Thank you, Sister Judy, for inviting me. I feel that I have been right now through the drishti, going to each one's place and getting that nice, beautiful feed, nice, beautiful vibes and fragrance from each one of you. It seems wonderful how science has connected us, but beyond this science is that beautiful silence, unlimited, infinite space. This is where we have been meeting, and we are meeting again. We don't know how many times we have met throughout the cycle in different bodies, but here we are meeting in our last bodies of the cycle. And it's a great pleasure to meet you and connect to a different level. Different level, we don't see our past experiences, but when we meet, like we say, there n'y a pas de hasard. It's not a coincidence. It must be programmed, last cycle, as Baba says, and we are meeting together. So I'm happy to be able to read this Murli today to you. This Murli has evoked a lot of things on karma. To me, when I got over the question and answer, you will see in a few minutes, when Baba's been speaking about the donations that we make on the path of bhakti, and what we are doing right now, surrendering ourselves, the difference between the two. So a few days ago, I was listening to a class from one of the seniors in Madhuban, and the notion that she was explaining about karma was 3 key words. One of them was sukarma, the other one was akarma, and the third one was punya karma. 3 Hindi words. So when I was listening to her, I got a deeper dimension of what we refer to usually in general terms when we say karma. So what she was saying, that sukarma is only now, in the confluence age, that we are doing sukarma. Sukarma means elevated, noble, high quality actions, good actions, only now. So we're just listening to her, and she so nicely elaborated that because right now, we are not doing on ourselves. We are combined with Shiv Baba. Being combined with Shiv Baba, we have at our disposal a whole ocean of virtues. And being close to Baba, being Baba's instrument, we can draw on any of the quality, any of the virtues, any of the powers, any piece of wisdom from Baba, and express it into our normal day-to-day activities. Simple activities also can be called, routine activities also can be considered as sukarma, because it is having this content, the vibes, the energy of those qualities. What we are taking from Baba plus our own, which is amplified when we come in touch with Baba. So that was a very beautiful dimension she was just mentioning, and I was contemplating on that, and I said, yes, wow. See how wonderful we are, how lucky we are, how fortunate we are to be in the confluence age and be able to perform such elevated karma called sukarma. Then what she was mentioning about akarma, where it doesn't have any result, like so to say, any reward or result, is just like we are reaping the fruit of what we have done in the confluence age. And the example is that we have sown a seed, say, of a mango tree, and we'll get mango, and when we taste the mango, it's sweet, but it ends there. And the seed, even we don't care about taking the seed and planting it again. It's only in copper age that we start, sort of, when we lose track, we lose touch with our divinity. Then we start the search for those qualities. And then comes the punya, charity. So in copper age, like Baba's been mentioning today, in copper age, we start doing charitable punya. So that also, she was leading us to something very deep, which I didn't delve in the past. So she said that, like, suppose, like, Baba very often speaks about punya, charitable actions that we do in the path of bhakti. If we have done some donation, like, so to say, we have helped poor people. So in the golden age, not in golden age, but in the next birth in copper age, we are going to get the result of that, in the sense that we won't lack anything because we are contributing on a material level. And in that also, if we have helped someone, suppose in education, somewhere, or we have opened a college, a school, or we are helping someone in his or her educational field, then the next birth, we're going to have a gift of already sort of getting further in our studies and getting more and more knowledge. In the same way about caring for the sick people and so on and so forth. Then there's a demarcation, there's an order somewhere. But then when we reach iron age, she was saying that this is where all sinful actions, the fourth dimension, starts. And even unknowingly, we are performing sometimes sinful action. And she was giving a very beautiful example, like, she said that if we are eating non-veg, it's not the person who killed, that slaughtered that animal alone, who is bearing the brunt of what that person has done. It's those who are eating, and very often Baba says, even if we are not eating, but we are buying and giving someone. And if we collectively happen to enjoy that sort of food, suppose we are giving a party and we are enjoying, we're eating that food, and how we are going to repay for the sin that we are committing in eating the flesh of that animal. So she gave a very beautiful example, which I never thought about. She said that suppose the next birth, the animal is still an animal. Suppose if it's a bull, and the person, the one who slaughtered, is the driver of a bus. So he's driving, and out of suddenly the bull comes in his way and causes an accident. The bull comes out unscathed, whereas the bus goes and somersault, and there's big accident. And all the people who are there, who have been eating together at some time in their past birth, they are going to come out, sort of, they will be hurt, injured somewhere. But if someone comes out not having any injury, it means that that soul was not involved in that participation of that sin. So it's very worth exploring. Like sometimes when we come to understand the complexity of things happening across the globe. Like once we heard there was tsunami and a baby was floating on the wave on the sea and came, not having any sort of step back or anything at all. The baby was well taken care of. So we were wondering that what sort of karma Baba is making us do right now, that's erasing our sins, at the same time paving the way for 21 birth. So we're all in this wonderful game, and it's a joy for me to read this Murli to you.